Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to be discussing the next topic related to staffing. We've already discussed the importance, benefits, the role of staffing, and the process of staffing. Moving on to the various aspects of staffing. When I talk about staffing, there are three very important aspects of staffing. Staffing is totally incomplete without these three aspects, namely recruitment, selection, and training. You have been briefed about them when we did the process. We're going to pick up one aspect at a time and discuss about it in detail and its relevance in staffing. When I say the word recruitment is a very common word used in army, navy, etc. They say the recruitment is on, which means कि उन्होंने सबको select नहीं कर लिया. It means that they're looking for, finding, searching, prospective, possible candidates to join the army, right? So whenever we use the word recruitment, you need to get it into mind very clearly. Recruitment is only searching, looking for prospective candidates, employees. खाली उन्हें ढूंढना इनफ नहीं होता. मैंने न्यूज़पेपर में एक ऐड दी है कि मुझे एक असिस्टेंट टीचर चाहिए. And I've mentioned the qualifications very clearly. I mentioned the experience. I mentioned the characteristics. मैंने job describe कर दी है. The profile is very clear. Now what is it that the person who reads that paper, I know there are going to be prospective candidates many. लेकिन जो इंसान उस पेपर को पढ़ेगा, उस ad को पढ़ेगा, they should be stimulated. Stimulated मतलब they should have an urge to apply for that particular job and they should consider themselves prospective for the job. Select हो नहीं हो वो बात की बात है. There are many ways in which recruitment could be done. You can have a newspaper ad, you can have an ad on the television, you can have an ad in the journal. आजकल तो बहुत कुछ है. You can have it on the, the what do you say, bus के पीछे भी हो सकती है. You can have it outside the on the notice board. There could be campus recruitments. बहुत तरीके से you can have recruitment. When we talk about sources of recruitment, sources मतलब कहाँ से तुम recruit कर सकते हो. The main objective, purpose of recruitment, as I've already told you, is to attract potential employees. Get this word into your brain. Prospective, prospective and specialized people. You can also use potential employees. You can also use a pool of applicants, all those who have the required qualification and characteristics. Now, it's very important to make sure that this particular ad or this particular invite is available to people to stimulate them to apply for the job. So, whenever you are into the process of recruitment, there is a process you have to follow. Why? Because you're attracting suitable applicants for the particular job. Now, whenever you are into recruitment, remember there are 4 important steps to conduct the process of recruitment. सबसे पहला step है identify the different sources. I have a company with 10,000 people. I need about 1,000 people more. उन्हें मैं कहाँ से लूँ? Should I have some people from within the organization or should I have people from outside the organization? So identify the sources of labor supply. Second is assess their validity. If I am having people from within the organization, are they good enough for a transfer or a promotion? Are they good enough? Are they well trained? Are they well equipped to handle the job? Or do I want new people from outside? Then I need to choose the most suitable source. I'm not choosing the candidate, I'm choosing the source. It is observed that nowadays organizations prefer to use a combination of both internal as well as external sources, both these. And then you need to invite applications for the prospective candidates to apply for the vacancy. Let's say it's a promotion, probably you have an internal exam for promotion, probably you look at seniority, probably you have an interview. If you're having from people from outside, there are many ways in which you can have people from outside. So, जब ये process complete हो जाता है, we understand that there are 2 important sources of recruitment, namely internal and external. When I say internal, the English literal meaning of internal is very clear. It means you are inviting applicants, you're looking for prospective candidates, you're stimulating employees who are already working within the organization. Internal sources matlab within the organization. Children, there are two very important sources within the organization. You can see them across. One is a transfer and second is a promotion. So दो किस्म की recruitments होती है internally, transfer and promotion. I'll give you a very good overview of these two, children. Probably we'll start with transfers. I'm going to explain transfers in detail to you point by point. It's very, very interesting. Normally, transfers is shifting one employee from one department to another, from one division to another. When you're shifting the person, this is a horizontal shifting. That word is very important. I've written it there for you. It is horizontal shifting. When I say horizontal shifting means what? I'm the marketing manager in Bangalore taking care of the company. I have been transferred as a marketing manager to Mumbai. Same position. I'm horizontally transferred. There is no difference in my responsibility, my status, मेरी सैलरी भी उतना है, मेरा काम भी उतना है, सब कुछ सेम है. Are you getting me clear? Everything is same. The working conditions are same. My authority, my responsibility, my accountability, everything is the same. Now then, why do we transfer? जब हमने उस इंसान की ना promotion ना उसको ना increase करने को responsibility को, then why do we transfer? We transfer when they are overstaffed in one department. We transfer them to another department. That's one reason. Second, that guy is not doing his work very well. वो काम नहीं कर अच्छा, लेकिन वो बड़ा सीनियर बंदा है, वो काफी सालों से तुम्हारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में लॉयल बहुत है, लेकिन he has some issues. He is not able to give you that much of output which he should be giving you. So what do? You can't throw him out. It is not very good to throw out people. Then what do? You cannot terminate him. Right? There are a lot of grievances. So the best thing is what? To transfer him to such a position, such a place where he has less burden of work. Right? Into another department. Somewhere he is more comfortable. Somewhere where his work is according to his capability. There is no competition. And you still want him there. So transfers basically help in managing the problem of overstaffing. It is a horizontal movement, horizontal shifting from one department to another, or rather, in the same department from one level to the same level in another place, from one city to another city. There is no change in your responsibility, status, challenges, authority, etc. And most important, transfers could also be done for training of employees to make them learn, get well equipped in newer places and better jobs. It's very common in the banking sector. It is very common in government jobs. It is very common in organizations where you have a lot of production units. Marketing में बड़ा common है ये सब कुछ. If I talk about promotion, the word promotion means higher position. So promotion is vertical transfer. Vertical shifting, sorry, I won't use the word transfer. It's vertical shifting from a lower position to a higher position. Right? Again, it is within the organization. Whenever you are promoting an employee, remember, his position has increased, his responsibilities have increased, status बढ़ गया, उसकी salary बढ़ गई, उसकी authority बढ़ गई, उसकी accountability बढ़ गई, everything has increased. Promotions are very, very important, children, because nobody wants to join as a supervisor and retire as a supervisor. I'm sure he wants to become a production manager once in his lifetime before he retires. So, promotions are a very important tool of incentive, a tool of motivation. It increases the loyalty of the employee. If I am transferred from a junior teacher to a senior teacher, and then I'm made the head of the department, and then the coordinator, and then the vice principal, imagine my loyalty towards the organization. My satisfaction level increases. There is a huge psychological satisfaction of the employees. You know, एक बार one person is transferred ऊपर, let's say sales officer बन गया assistant marketing manager. Assistant marketing manager क्या बन जाएगा? Manager. मैनेजर क्या बन जाएगा? वाइस प्रेसिडेंट. वाइस प्रेसिडेंट क्या बन जाएगा? प्रेसिडेंट. सो एक ट्रांसफर से नीचे की पूरी चेन ट्रांसफर होती है. एक प्रमोशन से नीचे की पूरी चेन प्रमोट होती है. सो इट क्रिएट्स अ सीरीज ऑफ वैकेंसीज. I hope you understood, children. There are two very important sources of internal recruitment: transfers and promotions. Transfers are horizontal shifting, promotions are vertical shifting. Transfer does not change responsibility, status, pay, duties, authority, whereas promotion does. Transfers are used to manage overstaffed departments, to provide training, to avoid termination. Promotions are a tool of motivation. It enhances loyalty, satisfaction, psychological impact, and it creates a chain of promotions up to the organization. If I talk about the merits and demerits of internal and external source of recruitment, we'll start with internal source of recruitment. Children, internal में क्या होता है? Whether you transfer the person or you promote the person, a person is motivated. Why? If you're promoting a person, obviously I've already told you, his motivation level, his loyalty, his psychological impact, all of them increase. They become more committed to the organization because they're more satisfied. उन्हें एक sense of belongingness starts within them and they become more loyal to the organization. If I look at the second advantage of internal sources, it's a very simple process. You don't have to get into the complicated process of, putting an ad in the newspaper, calling for people, having an interview, conducting various tests, etc. It's very, very economical. And they're very reliable because they're within the organization. You don't have to train them. They know about the work culture very well. The third is that it's a very important tool of training the employees. See, when you are transferring the employee, I just told you from the branch office in Bangalore to the head office in Mumbai, you only transferred. Like when he is being transferred, probably there's an induction program for him. Probably there's a training program. When he stays 2 years in Mumbai as a marketing manager, probably the next time we can promote him as a vice president marketing to a different place or to a new branch which we're starting or new area of work where we're starting. And the last important tool why internal source is important is it helps you to suffice the surplus problem. एक जगह shortage है और एक जगह surplus है. The surplus employees को you can transfer them to the shortage, to the place where there is a shortage. This helps the company in being very economical. When the employees are overstaffed, they are not doing any great job there, right? थोड़ा सा this disguised unemployment. They are there, लेकिन वो output उतनी है. So it is better to remove them from there and put them in an area where there is a shortage of staff. They are already well equipped with the organization. They know what is going on, and it becomes easy to handle the organization. So 4 advantages of internal sources. 1, it motivates the employees, increases their commitment and loyalty level. 2nd, it's a very simple, economical process. 3rd, it helps in training the employees. And 4th, it helps in meeting the shortages wherever there are in the organization. The 5th one they've given here, it's cheaper. I've already told you it is much economical. You don't have to go into the process of putting an ad in the newspaper, etc. Let us look at the disadvantages or limitations of internal sources. The very first limitation is you do not get fresh talent. You don't get newer ideas. You're only getting those same old people. They may be experienced, but they are like, in that closed well. There is no infusion of new blood. There is no enthusiasm in them. There is no dynamism. There is no dynamic employees in the organization. Hence, वहाँ एक दिक्कत आती है कि when they are already in the organization, वही चीज वही hit and trial rule of thumb method they are using repeatedly. So the first one, as I've already told you, is there is no infusion of new blood. The second reason is when you're internally promoting the employees or transferring it, they become lethargic. In the government sector, it is very sure that after every 3 years, there's going to be a promotion. After every 2 to 3 years, there's going to be a transfer. तो वो उसी हिसाब से काम करते हैं. ओ चल भाई promotion तो हो जानी है. ओ चल भाई transfer तो हो जानी है. So that becomes a habit with them. So there is no infusion of new blood. वो lethargic हो जाते हैं. The third and most important is that when it's a new organization, very small organization, very new, it's yet to grow, उनके पास internal sources कम होते हैं. They have very limited employees, and within those employees to transfer and promote becomes perhaps a little difficult. The fourth one is the spirit of competition is not there. Why? Because उन्हें पता हम यही हैं, हमें transfer तो हो जाएगी, हमारी promotion तो हो जाएगी. So there is not much competition. The fear of competition is always there, children, when there's somebody from outside, somebody unknown enters in the comfort zone and disturbs your comfort zone, then the competition spirit increases. अगर तुम बहुत ज़्यादा ट्रांसफर्स करते हो एम्प्लॉइज की, उनकी प्रोडक्टिविटी रिड्यूस हो जाती है. भाई उन्हें लगता है यार कंपनी को मेरी लोड नो है नहीं, या मे बी मुझे पता 2 साल बाद मेरी ट्रांसफर हो जानी है. They may be a little demotivated. You're not throwing them out, but indirectly you're giving them a signal that you're not of much use to us, right? And that is why you've been shifting from one place to the other. And if you give too many promotions, probably it gets onto their head, and probably they may be loyal, but some of them may not be very loyal. It may get onto their head, and they may not give that much of output as much as they're supposed to be giving. So if you look here, the first one was, there is a problem with infusion of new blood. You have the same old people. Second, they become very lethargic. Third, for a new organization, it becomes difficult to fill in the vacancies. Spirit of competition is not there, and too many transfers in an organization may reduce the productivity of the employees in the organization. The second source of recruitment is external sources. As the word goes, very clear to you. External matlab when you are having people from outside the organization. This happens normally, children, when there are insufficient people within the organization, or when you do not have those employees with the required eligibility criteria. And sometimes when you want to bring in new blood, when you want to bring in change, when you want the organization to be dynamic, when you want to increase the spirit of competition, external recruitment is always recommended. There are many ways in which you could recruit candidates, employees from outside. मैं दोबारा आपको समझा रही हूँ चिल्ड्रन, रिक्रूटमेंट डज नॉट मीन कि आपने एम्प्लॉय को या कैंडिडेट को सेलेक्ट कर लिया. रिक्रूटमेंट मीन्स तुम सिर्फ उन्हें बुला रहे हो. You're just inviting them. You're just looking. You're just searching for prospective candidates. The very first one is direct recruitment. Direct recruitment is normally done, in organizations where you have shop floor level. It is for those employees who are unskilled or maybe semi-skilled, maybe casual vacancies, right? Here, normally these guys do not have too much of qualifications. Normally these guys are looking for jobs at the operative, maybe below the operative level also. I give you a very simple, easy day-to-day example. When we are traveling on the highways and you have very big factories on the highways, probably from Ludhiana to Delhi if you are going, and if you see those big factories on the left and right side, every day morning you will find, near the gate before the factory opens, a line of workers, a line of people standing there. I'll use the word candidates. I won't use the word employees because they are not yet employees. A line of people, a line of candidates standing there, waiting for their turn to come, waiting for the gate to open, wherein they can ask themselves to move in. Now what happens here? इन्हें बदली workers भी कहते हैं, इन्हें हम casual workers भी कहते हैं. They are appointed on a day-to-day basis. For example, a company में आज it's a very huge company, maybe वहाँ 50,000 लोग हैं, लेकिन वहाँ लेबर का काम चल रहा है. You need people like plumbers, you need people like to sweep the road. Maybe you need an electrician only for that particular day. You may need mazdoor for 5 to 6 days, right? And ऐसे लोग तुम्हें चाहिए जो सिर्फ उस दिन के लिए या 2-4 दिन के लिए काम करेंगे. तो वहाँ वो बोर्ड पर लिख देते हैं कि हमें ये वर्कर्स चाहिए. And then you find these guys standing out, and जो जिस capacity में काम कर सकता है, he enrolls himself there at the gate and he's put into the work for that day. and when the work is over, right, the evening, he's given his wage for the evening and he said bye. The next day, again there is a list of workers. If he is required the next day again, he is asked to walk in again. इन्हें बदली वर्कर्स क्यों कहते हैं? Because ये रोज के रोज बदल जाते हैं. They are totally temporary, totally unskilled, totally on a very casual basis. ये direct recruitment क्यों कहते हैं? Because they are directly appointed inside for that particular day. Children, these are all very interesting. ये सिर्फ तुमने समझने हैं. समझना बहुत जरूरी है because these are application prone areas. You may be given a comprehension and there may be various categories of people. You have to pick and choose which is the external source of recruitment mentioned there. The second is casual callers. I'm sure all of you must have heard of this word called walk-in interviews. Yeah. Now let's say a company says एक स्कूल है, स्कूल ने कहा है कि there is a walk-in interview for teachers. उन्होंने 5-6 कैटेगरी ऑफ टीचर्स मेंशन कर दिए, right from primary to KG to primary to middle school to high school. उन्होंने 6 टीचर्स के various job description दे दिए and they said Sunday morning at 10 o'clock is the walk-in interview. Please come in with all your documents. Now these teachers walk in, maybe they have a small test there, they walk in and they give their applications there. They are not told at that time whether they are required or not, right? वहाँ they given the application, the entire lot of applications are collected and this is kept as a database, right? It is kept as a database. Now maybe 100 teachers walk in, out of the 100 teachers maybe 6 of them are selected later on. The remaining 94 applications, if out of them 30 to 40 applications are really good but could not select them, they are kept in as a database. Whenever there is a vacancy, next time these applicants could be given preference to apply for the job. इन्हें कहते हैं casual callers. They casually walk in, right? Then you have advertisement. All of you are very clear with this. You may find advertisements in the newspaper, trade journals, magazines. It may be in the print media. उसमें बड़ा clearly दिया होता है what is the nature of the job and उसकी पूरी description होगी about the job. You find them if you find the people at the top level management, you may find them in the national newspapers, leading newspapers. And you may find them in journals, business journals. But if you want people at a very operative level or a very unskilled or skilled level or a very casual job, then you may find it in the local daily also. So it depends. This is normally in the print media. कभी-कभी केवल television पे भी आ जाता है नीचे, कि हमें something which slides down, कि we want technicians or telephone operators, anything like this. So advertisement, all of you are very, very clear with. Let us continue in understanding employment exchanges. Children, this is source which is not very, very common nowadays. This is a source which is recommended by the government, right? Here what happens is for an employment exchange is normally run by the government. And it's a very important source, a very good source, a very reliable source when you want to have unskilled and skilled operative job workers. So this is basically recommended for the operative level, and in the operative level also normally with the skilled and unskilled workers. You may have the stenographers, the accountants, the clerks, the inspectors, etc. Now how does it work? The government becomes a platform to mediate between the demand and supply of the job seekers and the employers. But here the job seekers as well as the employers both have to get themselves registered with this employment exchange. Once you get yourself registered here, your record is put there as a database. Whenever there is an employer who is looking for a candidate with the required qualifications and the job seeker suits into that particular resume, then he is informed. And by doing so, both the employer and job seeker get connected to one another. लेकिन इसका एक disadvantage है. Disadvantage is these employment exchanges do not update themselves. They do not, if the job seeker has already got a job somewhere else, right? He doesn't update himself. If the employer has got if the vacancy is filled by the employer, he doesn't inform the employment exchange. So the data available here for the vacancies is very outdated. Then you have placement agencies and management consultants. This is just different from employment exchanges, though it works on the same lines, but it's very different. Now the type of jobs available here are for the middle level and the top level. The type of recruitment which is done here is for the technical, professional, manager people. Here, how it works here, you have many managers, the vice presidents, the general managers who have worked in organizations for a very long period of time. They must have worked in the HR department for a very long period of time. They have a very good public relation. So what these guys do is, after a given period of time, maybe 10 years, 15 years, when they don't want to work and they want to fulfill their self-actualization needs, they open up an agency, a consultancy, wherein they invite people to apply for the job. Now, it's not all that easy. Now, what happens here is, any company, a very large company, a big company, tells these agencies that this is my requirement. I want 4 general managers, marketing, 2 general managers, finance, 3 general managers, production, 1 vice president, communication, 1 president operational research. उन्होंने पूरा अपनी डिटेल दे दी है, अपनी जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन दे दी है, जॉब प्रोफाइल दे दी है. हमें इतने लोग चाहिए with these qualifications and with this much of training, and they should be very, very classy people. Right? Now these biodatas are, this description is given to the agency. Now the agency already has a huge amount of data, or they put an ad on behalf of the company that these are the requirements. So they start getting lots of applications. Then they do the screening. At times they also do the interviewing. They also do the selection process. It depends कि उनका कंपनी के साथ कितना कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है. मान लो कंपनी का पैकेज बड़ा हाई है, कंपनी कहती है कि you are going to be doing the recruitment, the preliminary interviews, the selection. आप हमें 15 लोग चाहिए, हमें आप हमें 20 शॉर्टलिस्ट करके दे दो, जो फाइनल इंटरव्यू है वो हम ले लेंगे. So the company pays a very huge amount of fee to this particular agency. Children, remember, these agencies are very famous. You have them in Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, all big cities you have them. They advertise also on behalf of the company, right? Now, suppose many of the candidates who apply to this agency on behalf of the company, and some of them are selected, a few of them are not selected, rejected. ये एजेंसी वाले उनका डाटाबेस रख लेते हैं. फिर जब भी कोई भी कंपनी इन्हें बोलेगी कि वी वांट पीपल ऑफ दिस रिक्वायर्ड क्वालिफिकेशन, देन दिस इंफॉर्मेशन और दिस biodata or the data they have can be used to recruit the people. Then you have campus recruitment. All of you must have heard of this word, campus recruitment. See, whenever you apply to a university or whenever you apply to a university or an institute or a college, you first look at what is the placement provided by this particular university. Placements are very important, because if the placement record is good of that particular university, it means that this particular university is providing good human resource to the business world. So campus recruitment is a campus visits we कहते हैं, when large companies visit the universities, the institutes at their campus, and they try to collect the fresh candidates from them. Now, how does it work here? The university becomes a liaison between the students or the candidates and the company. Normally, if it's a MBA program, children, you have 4 semesters. Third semester के end में या second semester के end में companies start pouring in. Companies start putting in their information कि हमें ये इतने लोग चाहिए, ये qualification वगैरह. Everything is put up on the notice board. Then all the students, depending upon their grades, can apply to those particular colleges, those particular companies or organizations. Then they start having the preliminary round of interviews and जो भी उनका procedure है. Now, obviously, the best companies will pick up the best lot of people. Out of the, let's say, 100 students, 70 to 80 students are normally picked up by organizations of various categories. इसका फायदा ये है, one, while you're studying, your job is confirmed at the end of the third semester. So you're very comfortable, you're given enough time. As soon as you finish your fourth semester, you're appointed. You get a platform to take your career off, right? And companies ko yahi hai, they're getting fresh, new blood, they're getting enthusiastic people, they're getting raw people whom they can train, they can mold, they can adjust according to themselves, and it's beneficial to them. Right? So campus recruitment, campus visits is a very, very, good source of recruitment for the organizations. Then you have recommendations of employees. Now I'm working in a school since a very long time. Now if the principal wants another teacher, probably in my own department or related department, and we know that there is a vacancy, probably some teacher has retired or some teacher has left, so the principal can always call any one of us whom she feels is a very reliable person and say, okay, if you know anybody with these qualifications, you can just call her across. Probably we can, have her here as a teacher, have him as a teacher here. So then if I recommend somebody, right, maybe my relative, my friend, somebody known to me, if I recommend somebody here and that person lives up to the expectations, then that is called recommendation of employees. But here there is a thing which you need to understand. The person who is recommending, his or her reputation does matter. और ये भी कोई जरूरी नहीं कि मैंने recommend किया तो वो 100% will be selected. They will be recommended up to the screening, preliminary screening only. उसके बाद जो कंपनी का स्कूल का प्रोसीजर है वो तो फॉलो होगा ही. And then the reputation, the hard work, the background has to be checked. So only good employees will be recommending their relatives, friends to the organized, and they should be satisfying to both the employer as well as the candidate also. You have labor contractors. This is a very common thing, children, in industries where you have seasonal work. You have a guy called labor contractor who normally appoints, when he comes from the village, right? He comes from the village and he's worked all his years in let's say a hosiery factory or a garment making factory or probably in a sports making factory. He's worked all his years. He's built up a very good reputation, right? Now when he comes, he brings with him all his relatives, his friends who are also unskilled, who are untrained, right? And then the company says, now the work has expanded, we have a big export order, we need about 20 people more. So this guy who's a contractor, who's been working since very long, he brings 20 people. Now when he brings these 20 people, he becomes a mediator between the employer and these unskilled 20 people, right? Now what he does is, he tells the company, you're going to pay, they pay to me. He enters into a contract and he pays those workers a little less than what he gets from the company, right? And then he provides, sometimes he also provides them with, the housing facility, with the food facility, etc. वो उनके अपनी understanding है. इसमें एक नुकसान ये है कि अगर कॉन्ट्रैक्टर का कंपनी के साथ कोई भी प्रॉब्लम आ जाती है, कोई टिफ हो जाता है, कोई लड़ाई हो जाती है, कोई डिस्प्यूट हो जाता है, वो खुद तो जाएगा ही जाएगा, लेकिन वो अपने साथ जितने भी लोग लेकर आया है वो सबको अपने साथ ले जाएगा. दिस इज वेरी कॉमन इन द कंस्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्री चिल्ड्रन. लुधियाने में देखा होगा, ठेकेदार कहते हैं हम जिसको, ठेकेदार अपने बंदे लेकर आता है. दिस इज वेरी कॉमन इन द हॉजरी इंडस्ट्री. जब बहुत पीक पर प्रोडक्शन होती है तो ठेकेदार अपने बहुत सारे लोग लेकर आता है. दिस इज वेरी कॉमन इन द नट साइकिल पार्ट इंडस्ट्री. सो दिस इज वेरी कॉमन इन recruiting people. इसे कहते हैं job contractors या labor contractors. Advertising on television, this is very common. All of you have seen, there's a lot of ad on the television. Details are given about the job, everything is mentioned. The quality of publicity is very high. लेकिन इसमें only when there is a job vacant or a vacancy exists, only then this particular advertising method can be used. It's a little expensive. Web publishing, you must have seen when you're on the internet, As soon as you're on the internet and you are surfing through something and you just type a word recruitment, let's say for example, hypothetically, while doing a work, you'll find so many, ads popping up in between, right? Now these ads could be from the various agencies, maybe various agencies asking, showing the job description. These websites very commonly are visited by prospective employees, and they're also visited by the candidates who are looking for jobs. You have many, you have hdshine.com, you have naukri.com, you have monster.com. बहुत सारी वेब पब्लिशिंग है, बहुत सारी एजेंसीज है जिन्होंने ऑनलाइन भी रिक्रूटमेंट करते हैं या क्लाइंट के बिहाफ पर करते हैं, राइट? क्लाइंट के बिहाफ पर वो बहुत सारी रिक्रूटमेंट करती है. सबसे अच्छी एग्जांपल इज monster.com, naukri.com and so on. You find them when you're on the internet. So children, a quick recap. We have done a few of the external sources of recruitment. We started off with basic. First one was your direct recruitment, where you have badli workers, casual callers where you just go in, give your biodata, and it's like a walk-in interview. Then you have advertisement in the print media, you have advertisement in the journals, magazines, etc. You have employment exchanges, which work as a base between a link between the candidate who's a job seeker and the employer. You have and it is normally run by the government. You have the placement agencies and the management consultants, where you have technical and professional people being appointed, recruited. In employment exchange, children, it's operative level. In दोनों का फर्क यही है basically. In the placement agencies and management consultants, it's middle level and the top level, right? They maintain a huge database, a data bank, where they have different people with different qualifications which suit the clients on their behalf. Then we studied what is campus recruitment, appointing people while going to the universities, institutes, etc., picking up fresh candidates. We have recommendation of employees who are already working in the organization. They can recommend their friends, relatives, etc. It's a very good source because on their reference check it is done. You have labor contractors who are normally for the seasonal work or normally the unskilled, when you want people at a very short call notice, right? You have advertisement on the television, we've understood that very clearly, and then you have web publishing, like you have the monster.com or the naukri.com, etc. Children, this is an application prone area. Any question related to a comprehension will be given to you, a case study will be given to you, and various sources will be mentioned there. You need to identify them. Children, like internal sources of recruitment had their advantages and disadvantages, external too has their advantages and disadvantages. Let us understand the advantages, merits, benefits of external. सबसे पहले you get qualified personnel. You ask for one candidate. You want only one candidate. You want to fill in the vacancy of just one manager marketing. एक ad निकालो और तुम्हें कम से कम 100-200 applications आ जाएंगी. Maybe even more than that. I'm just saying 200. So you get qualified people. You have a big wide choice. The second is wide choice. तुम्हें जैसे चाहे वैसे तुम choose कर सकते हो, right? Because you need to just fill in one vacancy and you have 100 applicants. You can shortlist at least 19. You can reject 99 and select just one. You have a wide choice. You get fresh talent. I just told you, when you go to the campus visits, campus recruitment, you get fresh candidates. You get candidates who have just theoretical knowledge, very raw. You can mold them the way you want to mold them according to your organization, right? So it's a wide choice, fresh talent, जैसे चाहिए वैसे मिल सकता है. हाँ, understanding, it's very expensive. We will discuss it a little later. Competitive spirit, I've already told you, when you have people promoting and transferring from within the organization, competition बिल्कुल खत्म हो जाता है. उन्हें पता हम हैं भाई, हम तो यहीं रहेंगे ही. But when you have people from outside, there is a competition, there is a threat. Oh this guy will outpower me. This guy has more talent. This guy has more expertise. This guy is, trying to be more enthusiastic. So there is always a competition spirit for the employees who are already working in the organization. And the one who has joined the organization also wants to set himself there for a very long period of time. So he is going to put in extra efforts to be in the organization. There are many limitations of external. सबसे पहला है dissatisfaction amongst existing employee. If you have a general manager marketing working in the organization from last 15 years, right? He is working there from last 15 years. Suddenly उसकी प्रमोशन होने वाली है, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट बनने वाला वो, लेकिन पता चला है जी एक्सटर्नल रिक्रूटमेंट हो गया है, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट आ गया जी IIM इंदौर अहमदाबाद से, IIM अहमदाबाद से एक फ्रेश कैंडिडेट है who is just about 23 to 24 years old, has a very high grade, very high percentile. He has become the vice president of that company. There's going to be dissatisfaction with that person who's in that company from last 15 years. He's going to be frustrated. He's not going to like it because his chance to be having a promotion is going to be at stake. It's a very lengthy process. You can't just have a person in a day. जब तुम रिक्रूटमेंट करते हो बाहर से, सबसे पहले you have to find out कि कितने लोग चाहिए. You have to frame an advertisement. You have to choose the correct source. जब तुमने correct source of recruitment choose कर लिया, then you have to initiate a process. Then once the recruitment is done, you have to go in for selection. Selection के लिए बहुत सारे टेस्ट होते हैं. Then you need to have training, then development. बहुत टाइम और बहुत पैसा लगता है. It's very time consuming and it is very expensive. Then after doing this entire process, suppose the candidate doesn't stick with you for another 3 months. Within 3 months he leaves. Then what's going to happen? You have to start the process over and again. So it's very expensive and it's very lengthy. Last, it's a very costly procedure. I told you there's a lot of money being spent on advertisements, on having people to look into their applications, shortlisting the applications, going through the applications, etc. So children, we have done with the merits as well as the limitations.